Hi there, and thanks for tuning in. The question today is Superman the ultimate super duper immigrant? With the new Superman movie out and the director James Gunn calling it as an immigrant story, has created a lot of buzz and controversy.
I did not like this movie at all. This movie it drove me crazy because Superman is very weak in the movie and he's always in a defensive state. Always. It's not overly political or anything like that. They're not beating you over the head with the immigration stuff. None of that is happening. But when you start to pick it apart, it actually has a lot of elements where every man in this movie is weak and he cries. And they're all emotional.
Is that true?
You said it's an immigrant story. It's a political movie. MAGA today is going nuts. What do you have to say to MAGA?
I don't have anything. I think this movie's for everybody. I don't have anything to say to anybody. Like I'm not here to judge people, I think this is a movie about kindness, and I think that's something everyone can relate to.
Now, this got me thinking, and as an immigrant myself, I wanted to connect the dots. So in this video, this story, we'll dive into Superman's origins, draw parallels with the real-world immigrant stories, and explore some historical events that might just make the case of Superman being the ultimate super-duper immigrant. All this and more coming up. Like what you heard? Don't just watch and scroll. Hit the like and subscribe button and turn on the notifications to see more stories like this. First, a bit of nostalgia and cultural relevance of Superman. I want to start out by taking you to Karachi, Pakistan, 1978. My dad picked us up, me and my younger brother, from school to go see the Superman movie starring Christopher Reeve at the legendary Nishat Cinema. Now, growing up, we read Superman comics, so obviously this was next level excitement. And it was just unreal. From the first scene to the moment Superman flew, we were hooked. In our minds, Superman wasn't just a character, he was real. Do you remember the first time you saw the Superman movie as a kid, or any other superhero movie that as a kid you were excited to see? Would love to read your story. Share it in the comments. More than a superhero, he's a cultural icon, a phenomenon whose influence has lasted nearly a century. He symbolizes hope, justice, endurance, and he's helped shape the global pop culture. So much so that other countries have had their own versions of Superman. You want to see? Well, let me warn you, what you're about to see can never be unseen. For the love of God, this was torture, but also kind of funny. Now back to our story. Now let's break it down. How was Superman created? The character of Superman was created in 1938 by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, the sons of Jewish immigrants. Yes, immigrants. And Superman's story reflects the struggle, hopes, fears, and determination of so many who flee persecution to seek a better life. And I'm willing to bet my money that there's a lot of Joe and Jerry in Superman's character. So that's one check. And how did Superman end up on Earth in the United States, more specifically in Smallville, Kansas? Well, Superman's planet Krypton was dying, so his parents sent him to Earth, a last-ditch effort to save their son. Now, so far Superman's story, a fictional story, hits a lot of familiar notes. Think of Kindertransport, when Jewish children were sent alone to England during World War II. Or parents today who risk everything to get their children out of war zones in the Middle East and other places in the world. A decision, a difficult decision, I must say, rooted in love and heartbreak. So when Superman was on Earth, who took care of him? Well, he was discovered by Jonathan and Martha Kent, a couple who wanted to have a child but couldn't. So they adopt him and name him Clark Kent. Now, this is so similar to a lot of other immigrant stories. When we come to this country, a lot of us are welcomed by the locals. They embrace us, offer love and stability. And United States really has a legacy of international adoptions, especially from the 1950s to the 2000s, bringing in children from all over the world. The numbers have been declining. We're more than 12,700 children were adopted in 2009. That figure has dropped to under 1,300 in 2023. Now, this is according to Department of the State. So what was it like growing up for Superman or Clark Kent? Growing up, he felt very different, as he had to hide who he truly was, afraid of standing out, until one day he embraces his identity, his powers, and his purpose. Even then, Superman tries to fit in. His costume, red, white, and blue, showcasing star-spangled symbolism. And that is so immigrant, adopting the culture, even if it feels a little awkward, changing names, working hard, doing the tough jobs, from driving cabs to stocking shelves, from dishwashers to CEOs. Immigrants and their kids rise from the margins to the mainstream. And that's a big check. If you read the Superman comics and seen the movies, you know that sometimes people turn against him. But why? Is it because he's not one of us? He's too powerful? Or maybe he's just different? Same story with immigrants. Celebrated when they serve, feared when they speak up, loved during crisis, and blamed during elections. This is getting eerily familiar. So what are your thoughts? Do you think Superman is the ultimate super-duper immigrant? I think I'm convinced. And in telling this story, I found myself asking a lot of questions. For example, why is the anti-immigrant sentiment spreading like wildfire in a country built by immigrants fleeing persecution? Is this the first time this is happening, or we are repeating a pattern?
It's frightening that history is repeating itself. The very things that happen to us is not potential, but is actually happening today.
An enemy nation. We are protecting ourselves without violating the principles of Christian decency.
The government didn't say that it was rounding people up into prison camps. It said that it was evacuating people into relocation centers.
At each relocation center, evacuees were met by an advance contingent of Japanese who had arrived some days earlier and who now acted as guides.
The family detention facilities that were built under the Obama administration were called family residential centers, and the child detention centers that are being created under the Trump administration are being called tender care facilities.
It reminds me of the reference to our being held in what was called pioneer communities. It gives the impression that the government is doing this with compassion and humanitarian care. This is clearly an example in living color, systematic racism, singling out and justifying treatment of people because of the color of their skin, because of their religion, because of their ethnic origins. And it's part of our American history.
And why was Kindertransport celebrated in World War II, while today's refugees are met with fences, fear, and social media outrage. And why was the character of Superman? Of course, it was fiction, an undocumented alien, not only accepted but embraced. Was it his strength of character, the humility, or was it the color of his skin? Maybe the real question is, what kind of heroes are we willing to accept when they don't look, sound, or come from where we expect? Superman may wear a cape, but his real superpower was never strength or flight or laser eyes. It was hope, the kind only outsiders truly understand, the kind born from leaving everything behind to build something better. Superman came to this strange land and stayed to protect it. He served without asking to be served. Now, if that is not an immigrant story, I don't know what is. So next time when we see someone who doesn't speak like us, look like us, or even pray like us, maybe we ask not what makes them different, but what makes them so brave and bold to believe. In the end, we don't need someone to have Kryptonian powers to believe in them. We just need to be human enough to believe. Thank you for watching till the end. Would love to hear your stories, questions in the comments. And since you're here, would appreciate if you can smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notifications on. This way, you'll get to know about all my upcoming stories. See you soon.